The answer to all of your problems might be because you are never bored. Your best ideas are on the other side of the silence that you're avoiding. As soon as we feel some sense of bored, if we're at a party and no one's talking to us, we distract ourselves to find something that we might find interesting. The problem is, especially with our phones being around us 24/7, that it's so easy to scroll and to get all the newest updates within like less than seconds, so our mind never gets the room to really wander and be bored. Once we are bored, we come up with creative ideas and problem-solving skills that you never thought of before. For example, like kids, if you leave them in a living room without any toys, they will probably be very bored and they would just sit around, and then they will come up with solutions based on their environment, and then they might hop onto the couch and pretend that it's some kind of ship and they're on some kind of mission, and then it will be super fun for the kids. We need the same thing. We need to regain that as adults, to understand that we need to be bored in order to come up with creative ideas, to come up with solutions to our problems, to go on a walk without music. When you get bored, there's something very special happening in our brains. I call that the problem-solving skill. As soon as you tend to get bored, your brain is starting to look for solutions because you don't want to be bored anymore. You tend to make bigger risks, at least in my experience. I came back from a year abroad. I was unemployed for 6 months. I didn't really know what to do with my time, but that's when something special happened, and that was when I took the risk to start my YouTube channel and upload more regularly, and things started changing after doing that. I would have never made it onto YouTube if I wasn't that bored. That's why I think being bored can be such a game changer, because we don't think about this. Like, as soon as we feel bored, we distract ourselves to not feel bored anymore, instead of embracing boredom and finding solutions to problems. For example, for my plants, I wanted to get like some kind of like spray bottle, and I always kept telling myself like, I feel like this is kind of like unnecessary to get because it's like $5 or $6. I don't really want to spend money on some kind of like spray bottle. And I recently, like, I was bored and I realized I have these like travel spray thingies, and now I use them for my plants. I don't even need to buy something new, but in my head, in the first place, I thought I would need to buy that because I was exposed to that going plant shopping or whatever. They always sell those spray bottles. That's the fun thing about boredom, that you start to come up with ideas that you did not have before, because if you're not bored, you don't come up with those ideas. And that can apply to your work. If you don't feel enough inspiration, like sometimes you really just need to sit down and be so bored. And as soon as you enter that state, your mind starts to wander off. That's when the cool ideas come together. And I think back in the day, people would do that way more often because they just didn't have that access to distraction that we have today. We're always listening to music or reading something, whatever. Like, our mind is constantly doing something. So if we take the time to ourselves, this can be turning your phone off for an hour. This can be so many different things that you can actively do, and you might find solutions to problems that you had over years. Is it that simple? And yes, the answer is, it is that simple. It's not the road that everyone takes, it's the road that is designed for you. And the more bored you are, the bigger the solutions will be that you will come up with. Just take the time, be more patient with yourself, and you will automatically gain patience, you will gain problem-solving skills. I hope this video helped you. I hope this video inspired you to get out of your comfort zone and go on a walk without headphones.